Hello.
Hello, good morning, good
It's
evening.
no longer bonjour.
No, actually
No.
we don't know how to greet in
Welcome to
rolling around Europe and Rolly.
Well, not in Rolly.
No, not in Rolly anymore.
Week 27, our final week of our adventure.
We're on our way home.
We're on our way home. We are in Singapore, coming to you from
Yep.
Singapore. Hot and
Muggy.
humid.
Very
30
muggy,
degrees.
very humid. Yep.
But the journey's coming to an end. We dropped off Rolly in a place called Longne. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It's about an hour or so west of Paris, and then had a bit of an adventure getting back into Paris, didn't we, on the train?
Yep.
Got to an Airbnb, then did a few trips into Paris.
Just to see the sights
See the
and
sights, do a few
mingle
markets
with
and things.
millions of people.
Did the Paris thing. It was pretty cool. And then we had to jump on a plane and fly halfway around the world to Singapore, where we'll have a couple of days
Milling around,
milling
seeing
around,
the sights. Yep.
nice and warm, and
Checking
then we're
things
heading
out.
home to see everyone.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you all. Enjoy the last video. We'll probably have a follow-up and talk about the cost of travel and what our plans are next. Enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, we're just having a nice walk through the country. We're now motor homeless. The idea was that when we dropped off Rolly, we would just catch an Uber to the railway station and then about 4 trains into our Airbnb. But it hasn't started off particularly well. We tried Uber, there's no drivers. Then we tried Bolt, which is another Uber-like company, and they have no drivers, so we're walking. How long have we got to walk, Claire?
47 minutes.
47-minute walk.
But it's nothing to us because we do that every single day.
Yeah, we're getting used to doing lots of walking, but it's a nice walk in the country. The only problem is it's about 27 degrees, so she's a bit warm. But these things happen, you just roll with them, don't you?
Rolly!
Rolling with them. Right, we're about 20 odd minutes in, and Google's taken us down an interesting wee path. Apparently this is a walking track. We've got to head over in that direction there. We're thinking about whether we cut across this paddock. That looks like a whole lot of mucked out hay from a barn, so I don't think we want to walk across there, but it's a nice day for a walk. Alright, made it to the station, and this is going to Paris Saint-Lazare, which is exactly where we need to go. Then we change a couple of times and then we'll be there. So now we have to navigate the machine. Let's see how we go with that. Right, got our tickets, €5 each. We get into Paris. It's about a 45-minute wait and a 45-minute ride, I think, is it?
An hour and a half.
Alright, made it to Paris Saint-Lazare.
Suite à la moindre sur les installations de gestionnaire de réseau, donc culture légèrement encore le trafic, ainsi correspondance prévoit des travaux de perturbation des offres. Transfert de.
So where are we going to next, Claire?
Magenta.
Yeah, okay.
And then we hop
So
off.
one stop at Magenta.
And then we've got to walk another 4 minutes to Routier, and then, is that right?
Routier.
Routier, and then we hop on and then we go 7 stations, I think it is, and then we go 6 stops and get off at our Airbnb.
So a bit of a mission, isn't it? I'm glad we're doing with lots of bags.
Imagine that.
Right, first glimpse of the Eiffel Tower. That was a fun trip, wasn't it, Claire?
It was a very fun trip.
One attempted pickpocket. That was
On both of us.
on both of us. Yeah, we learnt from that.
Yeah.
The one of the trains we got on, so we had to do 2 trains
2 trains.
to get here.
Yeah.
One of the
Ended up being
trains
free.
we're on was totally packed, and they tried to push us on, but there was obviously a pickpocket scam going on, and they were trying to pick our pockets, but we managed to hold on to everything and get off at the next stop and get on a quieter train. So it was a bit eventful. There's hawkers everywhere selling their wares. Oh, let's go and get some food, I think, and maybe have a picnic. There she goes. Right, we've got ourselves a picnic. Just need to find a bit of greenery. It's looking rather brown, isn't it? So, just watching some funny people watching here next to the Eiffel Tower. Just had some lunch. You see the guys there with the trapdoor up. They're selling bottles of wine. They've obviously hijacked the sprinkler system. They've got bags of ice under there. And they've got buckets and buckets of wine and bags of wine that they're putting in there. Then they take them out and they offer people a bottle of wine to drink in front of the Eiffel Tower with their picnic. Very enterprising. From what I can see is they stashed the key for the trapdoor underneath that tree there, the conifer. Interesting, there's at least a group of 10 people wandering around with the buckets, and there you go, he's off selling it now. Very interesting to watch. Thought we'd just sneak away from all the people and go for a bit of a walk through the garden. Looks like we might get a thunderstorm shortly. Maybe they're forecasting to around 5 o'clock now.
Might have to find a bar at 5 o'clock.
We're just debating whether we stay around Paris for the nighttime light up of the Eiffel Tower. It'll be interesting. There she goes up there. That's appropriate, isn't it? Let's go up and have a look underneath it. Okay, you can go up and lift through the legs there to the first level, then up to the second level, and then up to the top in an elevator. At the moment you can't actually get in there. They've put a barrier all the way across. So you need to buy a ticket just to get inside. Go through security. A bit of a hassle really, isn't it? Here's the charges to get in. €28.30 to get to the top in the elevator. Oh, if you just go in the stairs in the elevator, it's only $21.50. Just going to walk across Passerelle de Billy. A cool little boat going along down there. Lots and lots of cruise. Tourist boats going up and down. People queuing down there. I prefer one of those. I wonder how I can get a hands on one of those. That'd be pretty cool. What do you reckon, Claire? Go and hire one of those. That'd be better. And back across to the Iron Lady. Is that what they call it? Or was that Margaret Thatcher?
Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, check these out. Tarte fries and tarte framboise. Oh, you see those with the glare? Each individual raspberries filled with
Raspberry jam.
Jam or some sort of raspberry anyway.
Yum, yum, yum.
Looks pretty good. Tourist chaos. We've come in through the outdoor just to actually get in. A little bit of detail, little flowers and roses up under the arch. Massive queues to get in and go in to the top. You can climb up to the top. There's the view down the Champs-Élysées, and up here is the tomb of the unknown soldier. Let's go and have a look at that. This roundabout, we'll just watch this roundabout for a minute and just see the chaos that happens at this roundabout. Cars going everywhere. There we go. Oh, there's a guy walking across. It's just crazy. I think I might walk across. What do you reckon? Some sort of system here, because they're on a green light. He's letting them go. Just do some video. Okay, we're at the Saint-Ouen market in Paris.
The Picante section.
Yeah, I just about got into trouble, didn't I, Claire, for videoing someone.
I saved him.
I went through the clothing section and let me turn this around. And some aggressive person came up to me and said I wasn't allowed to film him apparently, so I had to put the camera away, so I won't be able to do too much video, I don't think. But here we are. They're a quieter part of the market. Looks lots of bricante and specialty sort of stuff. We'll go for a bit of a wander around.
And I'll have a look at all the bright and shiny jewellery.
Tapestry. Some Buddhas. Silverware. Sounds. Jewels, look at that. Wow. Lights. Light switches. Wow, look at that. That'd be great. printing letters. Crockery galore. Montmartre. Let's take the funicular up. That was the funicular. Let's head on up. It's quite the building, isn't it? Montmartre. That's the funicular we just come up on. Can't really see the steps for people at the moment, but there's steps all the way down to the town. Not a bad view across the skyline of Paris. And it's a bit more peaceful, quiet around here. Simon RYR. If you want to follow him, he's very good. This is Montmartre village. Metropolitan. This is a good shot of the before the fire. You can see the spire and the rear part of the church. Oh, that's after the fire. Oh, that's today effectively. So quite a bit missing, quite a bit of work to do. Alright, we just left Notre Dame and we're heading along the Seine towards the Latin Quarter. I think it's time to find ourselves another little cafe in the Latin Quarter and chill out for a bit. Lots of comic books and cards, coasters and all sorts along here. Let's go and have a look at the Seine. Not photograph the police.
Oh, there's a boat.
Okay, Saint Michel. Conquering the devil down with his horns on. Here we are in Singapore. There's the famous Marina Bay Sands iconic hotel. It's pretty cool. And just over there is the Mer line. Here we are in Pit Lane, Pit Straight, or the main straight. Grandstand for the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Singapore. In about a month's time it will transform into a racetrack. Looks a little bit like that right now. Cars come screaming around that corner. Straight down here.
Screech to a halt.
Have that in the background.
Tyres change.
Just across there is the Helix Bridge, so it's like a strand of DNA all intertwined going across to the Marina Bay complex. Massive shopping mall all the way along the front there and conference centre. Swing back around to the Merlion over there and the Singapore River. Down one of the main streets behind the grandstand of the Grand Prix track and out along that way. You can see the light rail along the top there. That Singapore is a night race, I believe, so there's lights all the way around the track. Just on the Singapore River here, just between Anderson Bridge, which was built in 1910, and Cavenagh Bridge. And in the distance there's a bunch of restaurants along the river there, but coming back to Anderson Bridge, it's part of the racetrack. You can see the lights going along the top there, and you kind of see some wire barriers in between, a bit hard to see from here, but yeah, the race will go along there. Pretty cool statue there of 5 naked boys playing in the river, signify the early residents that lived along the river. And Cavenagh Bridge, which was actually built in 1869, so a bit of old town Singapore. Another pretty cool sculpture. This one signifies this guy's a Scottish merchant, river merchant, dealing with the locals and trading. And the bullock and cart are used to get goods around. There's a bit of a look across the river there at all the restaurants. Managed to stumble across Chinatown, just walking to Singapore. Over the distance you can see the Oasia Hotel all covered in green, which is pretty cool. And the Chinatown complex. We'll go and have a bit of a look in the market here and see if there's anything interesting. Here's the outside of that building, all covered in a vine. It's pretty cool. Satay time. Taliwan sauce, it's the key ingredient here, special sauce.